One day, a man named Abram is approached by God. He promises Abram land, descendants, blessings, and redemption. God changes his name to Abraham, meaning the father of a multitude. God sends Abraham on a journey away from his home, and he takes his wife and many family members along with him. Along his journey, they come through Egypt, where Abraham deceives Pharaoh, attempting to rescue his own life instead of trusting God to take care of him. Abraham and Sarah are unable to have a child to fulfill God's promise of a family. Attempting to take God's promises into their own hands, Sarah offers Abraham servant Hagar. They are able to conceive, but that was not what God intended. Hagar gives birth to Ishmael. Though Hagar was afraid, God blessed her and her son regardless. Finally, at the age of 100, Abraham and his wife give birth to a son and named him Isaac, which means he laughs. To test Abraham, God commanded him to sacrifice his son at an altar. With a heavy heart, but full of faith, Abraham took his son up a mountain to be sacrificed. God stopped Abraham, for he was pleased with his faithfulness. A ram was provided to act as the sacrifice instead. Isaac grew older and married Rebekah. They had twin sons named Jacob and Esau. Esau was older, but it was prophesied that the older would serve the younger. Jacob deceived his father to receive his blessing. He also deceived his brother to give up his birthright for a bowl of soup. Jacob finds himself wrestling with an angel of God. He refused to give up until the angel blessed him. So the angel changed his name to Israel, which means he who contends with God, for he contended with God and man and prevailed. Many years later, after understanding his wrongdoing against his brother and his God, Israel apologizes to his brother Esau. Israel had 12 children, who would later be known as the 12 tribes of Israel. True to God's word, from the seed of Abraham, the families of the earth would be as numerous as the stars in the sky.